Hi, it's Tiana Sirmans. Today I'm here with Kel'li Sherrene, who is a woman that does a little bit of everything. So, hi, how are you today?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
So I actually officially met you at the Sisters in Business Expo.
Yes, you did.
But I also realized that you were actually at the WDAS Women's of Excellence Conference.
Yes, I was. I heard you were there too.
Yes, I was. Yeah. So, and especially being there to be honored, I can tell that you're doing some pretty amazing things.
Yeah, God is blessing. That's what I can say. He's been good to us.
Yes. So, can you tell me a little bit about what you do?
Well, here at Guideline Girls, what we do is entrepreneurial transformation coaching, and that is strictly based on entrepreneurs. And that means we take whatever they have going on in their mind or whatever they have going on in their life that's great or that's going really well, we take that and we spin it into gold. So on the other side, we also publish or help people self-publish books. We haven't directly published anybody's books by choice because Guideline Girls, we only choose to publish our literary work, but we do teach people how to become self-published, and we have a relationship rehab academy that's for like some grown-ups, some bigger people stuff. But we do a lot of stuff here. We help people start LLCs, nonprofits, 501c3. We do trademarking for businesses. So like you said, we got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it seems like it. So, also I know that you're a transformation coach.
Yes.
So can you tell me what that is?
So, transformation coach is a little different than a life coach. What we do is we focus on everything that you have going good in your life. We don't ask you, well, what's wrong, Tiana? Or what's bothering you? We don't focus on that. I ask you to tell me some things that are good about you. Tell me some things about your pretty face or your smile or some great characteristics about yourself. So we take that and we say, this is the best Tiana can become. So we're like a coach to a star player. So every star player needs a coach. Yeah. You know how to shoot the three. I just tell you where to stand.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So what made you want to become a transformation coach?
Well, it was kind of like forced on me. You know how you have friends call your phone 4 o'clock in the morning? Well, you're probably fast asleep.
Yeah.
But me, I was having some people call me late nights for years asking me for relationship advice, court advice, just everything you can imagine. And they're like, what would you do? It was like, what would Kel'li do? What would Kel'li do? So in turn, I started giving people my advice. And I said, you know what? I'm giving out a lot of advice here. I'm actually doing a lot of consulting without any pay. So I was making good money as a nurse, and I decided to say, let me hop into my real calling, and that's being a consultant.
Okay. Do you have a transformation coach, or are you your own transformation coach?
So, I'm not my own transformation coach because, like I said, every star player has a what?
Transformation.
They have a coach. So my father is actually my coach. So he has been a business coach to Fortune 500 companies such as Lowe's, Pizza Huts, Burger Kings, all those big names, La Petite Bistro. You can find those in the airport and things like that. He's actually a professor at Newman in Wichita, Kansas. So he does a lot of teaching there and developing curriculum. So he's my coach.
That sounds pretty nice.
I don't have to pay either. Isn't that fun?
Yeah. So, why would kids need a transformation coach?
Well, I think for kids it would probably be better because you guys are more at like a pliable age, meaning you're like a sponge. So if you're getting all the good stuff at this beautiful, tender age that you are now, I think you'll grow up and be like,
you're successful.
Exactly, right? If you get in it and actually following the directions too, because you'll get that. I'm sure your mom has told you, if you do this way, and you're like, I want to take my own way. But if you actually listen and apply some of those things that somebody tells you early on, you'll save yourself a lot of heartache.
Yeah. So, what are some things that a transformation coach can help kids with?
Transformation coaching can help kids with bullying. Let's say if you're having an issue in school and you're like, oh, I don't possess any coping skills. I just want to like beat someone up, or I want to punch a wall or something, because these are real things, right? Yeah. So when we have these real thoughts, we can teach you some coping skills to say, you know what, we can't change people, but we can change our reaction to what people do to us. Yeah. So it's not about becoming a jokester or the class clown, but you're definitely going to be taught how to fire back.
So how young would you say is too young to have a transformation coach?
I would say like newbornish.
Yeah.
When you're past the goo goo gaga phase, then we can.
Then you can't understand that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, how would a parent know when their kids may need a transformation coach?
That's actually a good question. I would say if they're like acting out, not using words anymore, if they're just knocking stuff over or sleeping all the time, or oh, my stomach hurts. Like, these are usually the traditional signs for kids with anxiety or depression. They might not be able to vocalize that they're depressed, but they can just say, oh, I have a headache, or oh, I have a loss of appetite. So we have to pay attention to those things and say, you know what, maybe we should bring you in.
Yeah, definitely. So what would you say is the difference between a transformation coach and a therapist?
Well, therapist is more on the lines of, they go into like psychotherapies. We touch a little bit of that here because I am a nurse, so I do have, and I was raised by a psychologist, so I do have like, I was like diagnosed 15 times when I was a kid, illegally. But no, we do go into some form of psychosis, but they are more trained to dig into what's going on in that brain with the neurons and just stuff that I don't really care about scientifically. But the difference would be they take a more medical based, as opposed to here we base it off of life and experience. So it's more organic, I feel, and it's more open. And it's not a place where you have to come and feel like, oh, I'm being psychologized. This is more so I'm being helped as a friend or as a coach or as a mentor.
Okay.
So it's a more homely environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You felt the love when you came in, right?
Yeah. So, as a transformation coach, what advice would you give to kids that spend most of their time on the internet and social media?
Well, coming from a dinosaur such as myself, I would say just use it to your advantage. You guys have so much at your disposal that we didn't have coming up. So because you have access to Google College and YouTube University, you have all of these avenues. Use them for good. Look up stuff that you can actually use. And not all the bad videos, not all the stuff that's out there. Use it and make it conducive for you to become better. And actually start retaining some of the information. So don't let the internet be smart. You be smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of social media, where did the hashtag I love everybody come from, and why did you start using it? Because we follow each other on social media, and I noticed that you use that at the end of every post.
I do, and I started that. I'm glad you're like a private detective, aren't you? So I started using that from a scripture. Believe it or not, I have read a scripture maybe, let's see, where are we at, 2019. I read a scripture almost 10 years ago. And I started branding myself as I love everybody because the scripture said, if you can love God with your whole heart and love your brothers and sister, you are that much closer to the kingdom. So when I read that, it just changed my life forever. And I was like, you know what? I love everybody. And I started branding myself that way. I love everybody.
That is so nice. And I believe you do.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying to make it into heaven, right?
All right, well, those were all my questions.
Really?
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, I love you.
Thank you so much for letting me interview you. And before we go, is there anything else that you would like to share?
I would like to share that if you are trying to start a business, if you are looking to start a nonprofit, if you are looking to get a book develop. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Everybody has started at ground zero. Everybody had to start somewhere. Don't be afraid to take the stairs to success. There's no elevator. There's no escalator. Take the stairs. Get the calisthenics. Get your muscles strong. Build endurance. That's what it's about.
I love that. Yeah, well, again, those are all my questions. Thank you so much for letting me interview.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. This is Tiana Sirmans here with Kel'li Sherrene. Until next time, bye.